Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak. Welcome to a special edition of Healthy Kitchen, where we are celebrating the festival of Eid. The holy month of fasting, Ramadan, is over, and you're probably ready to celebrate Eid with your family, your friends, and to enjoy some fabulous food. On the Healthy Kitchen menu today, we'll have shoulder of lamb with an array of side dishes, which are going to be prepared by our star chef, Rachel Muse, who's cooked for celebrities and royalty. We'll also have our farm-to-fork foodie, Ruksana Shain, who'll be finding out where the meat actually comes from. So, Rachel, what are you doing?
Well, since it's Eid,
Yes.
I'm going to cook this beautiful shoulder of lamb.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly make a little marinade. Could
Yes.
hardly call it a marinade. And then we're going to put it in the oven for a nice long, slow cook. So you can go to the mosque or have friends over, family over, whatever it is. So we've got some madras paste here. You need something that's quite dry.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be madras paste, it can be some other type of paste. And that's 125 grams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So put that in. And then the moisture is a tin of chopped tomatoes.
Yep, we've all got that.
We've all got that knocking about, yeah.
Yep.
Then some stock.
Yeah. Now, what
I've got-
sort of stock is that?
I've got 400 mils of nice hot stock. This is vegetable stock, but you could use lamb stock. And yeah, sometimes we want cheat.
Yeah,
And,
no, that's
we might
fine.
use
We've
a
all done
cube.
that, yeah.
So don't feel bad about yourself for that. Yeah. A bit of salt and pepper.
Yes.
Chuck
in
it
there.
all together.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is quite nice, really. You can actually feel the
Yes.
meat and spread all of those
Yep.
spices.
So mix it, you get it all in its little crevices, and because it's warm, the spices go kind of like straight in.
Oh, you're putting that one in
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, which is a bit gently, because
Yeah.
you slop it everywhere. There's a little bit of acidity in the tomatoes.
Yes.
So if we're going to cover it with foil, and if you cover it directly with foil, you might find that the tomato is a little bit acidic and it might eat through the foil.
Okay.
So we're just going to protect the lamb from the foil with a little bit of baking parchment.
Okay.
Easy peasy. You might then find there are little spots
Through the foil.
through the foil.
So it's
there's
keeping it
nothing to worry
moist
about.
as well,
keep
isn't
keep
it?
nice
yeah,
and moist.
nice and tender.
Tuck it all in,
Yep.
and then put
Okay.
it to bed in the oven there.
And what temperature are you on? And
We're
for how
on. Very
long?
good question. I preheated the oven,
Yes.
and it's 170
For however long?
for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. It's a very easy dish, so it's not
Yeah.
like, oh, look at it's
Yeah.
you're very relaxed about
So
it.
you can just leave it, really.
Just leave it.
Go and
And
do something else.
Exactly. And towards the end of the cooking, we'll put the chickpeas in
Right.
just to finish off the sauce.
Great.
Very easy.
Hello, my name's Ruksana and I'm really passionate about food, not in terms of how great it tastes, but actually where it came from. Follow me on my journey tracing lamb and beef from farm to fork.
Right, we have about 500 acres, mostly inside the Dartmoor National Park, actually in the Tean Valley, about 10 miles from Exeter. It's an all-grass farm. We have basically two breeds here. We've got the Exlanas, which you can see in the background, which are a natural wool-shedding breed, and we have Suffolks and Texels, which are a terminal sire. I think everybody is very interested these days in provenance. It's a buzzword, and people are much more comfortable if they know their lamb has come from locally. We're very proud of producing lamb on a farm in Devon. It has grass growing for 300 plus days a year, and there's lots of evidence to say that lamb produced off grass is a higher quality and tastes better. And you can see, if you just look into the background here, the greenness of the pastures, and we aim to keep those pastures looking like that for as much of the year as possible.
Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you again on the next roaming section of Healthy Kitchen.
Rachel, we've got that lovely dish of pulled lamb cooking at the moment, but you're going to do lots of other dishes as well, aren't you? Tell us about this.
Yeah, that lamb's already smelling amazing. I am going to do a nice potato salad with a
Yes.
bit of a twist. It's a Greek potato salad with a lemon dressing.
Okay.
Very simple. I've got some potatoes here. I've got 500 grams, which I chopped up all long and thin and swanky look, like
Yeah,
that.
nice wedges.
Yeah, nice wedges.
Okay.
Right, in we pop
So
there.
they go in.
There you go, in
Yeah.
there. And I have chopped up,
Yeah.
well, I haven't chopped up, I've opened, look, a tin of chickpeas.
Yep. Okay.
I've chopped up 2 red onions,
Yep.
500 grams of
Olives.
black
Lovely
olives.
Yeah.
I've got 175 grams of cherry tomatoes, which ordinarily you'd only cut in half, but they were a bit big, so I cut them into quarters.
Okay.
And to bring out the flavour, it's a cheap trick,
Yes.
I'm going to add just a little pinch of sugar. Once they're boiled, we'll drain them, and whilst they're still warm,
Yes.
we will put on the dressing. Really simple dressing.
Yes.
2 tablespoons of really nice olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil there. Half a grated lemon of zest.
Yep.
2 tablespoons of
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Lemons are beautiful at this time of year. And then just a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Whiz that all about. Give it a little bit of a whisk.
Yep.
And then just a touch of salt. Again, just to bring out the flavours, but it's only a pinch.
Tiny bit
And
there.
then whisk it all together.
And that's come together quite quickly, hasn't it, really?
Well, that's thanks to the mustard. The mustard's a very fine powder, and it helps bring the oil and the water together.
Yep. Go slides through. They're done, aren't they?
Pop them in there
Right.
and put the dressing on whilst they're still nice and warm.
And it just go. Wow. Okay.
We should let that cool a little bit.
Yep.
And then once it's cool, we will add the chickpeas, the chopped up red onion,
Yep.
and the black olives. Put the last of the dressing on.
Okay.
There we
So
go.
this is the last bit.
Last bit there.
Yep.
And then can I leave you to put all the rest of the bits in?
Yep.
But could you leave back a little bit of these and a little bit of these, because I'm going to use those for garnish.
Okay.
Here. All about
Get
being
all of
nice
that
and relaxed.
tomato juice in.
Now, things nice and easy. I'm going to wash the herbs, give them a chop. Can I throw that in
Yeah,
there
absolutely.
and give that to you?
Is that
And I'm
okay?
going to keep
Is
a
that-
bit back.
Okay.
And I've
It
kept
looks
back a bit.
lovely.
It does. It
The
smells
colours
amazing.
are fabulous.
I'm going to keep back. Thank you
There
very
we are.
much. Kept back a little bit of all the elements of the dish.
Yes.
Look at that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just amazing. Everyone's going to be so impressed with that and think it was a lot of hard work.
Beautiful.
I'm going to cook some rice.
Yes.
I'm going to make it a little bit exciting.
Okay.
I'm going to fry off some onion
Yep.
in some oil with some cardamom and some nutmeg, a teaspoon of each.
Yes.
Also a teaspoon of salt. I've soaked the rice. I've got a cup of rice here, but I've also cheated a bit because I've soaked some rice as well.
And is that just basmati rice?
It's basmati rice,
Right,
yes.
okay.
And then once it's boiling, we will put in some apricots that I've already cut into 3 and some raisins.
While you're doing that, I'll start on these chapatis because my tawa, the hot plate, is warming up. Well, you're frying off those onions. They're
I
going to
am.
form the basis of the rice.
Exactly. I am going to put in the teaspoon of coriander and teaspoon of ground cardamom and the teaspoon of nutmeg. So onions nicely
Yep.
caramelising there. I think as long as you've soaked it for 5 minutes, that's fine. If you've soaked it for half an hour, even better. To cook rice, for me, it's always easier to do it in terms of a dry measure. So I've done 1 dry measure of rice there.
Right.
And then 2 measures of water, 120 grams of apricots, add a little bit of sweetness, and 50 grams of raisins. Give them a bit of a stir.
Yeah.
So again, look at these.
I know, these are coming up. My mum would be impressed, I have to say.
And if we turn the heat down on that, then we will be done.
Right.
And that's because the rice is soaked, but it's cooked
Yeah.
so quickly
Yeah.
and evenly.
Now, as well as doing, I mean, these are the staples, aren't they? The rice and the chapatis, but you're going to do a couple of salads for us as well.
I am.
Okay.
I have a very, very simple salad to make. It's what looks freshest,
Yes. What's seasonal, presumably?
absolutely. So I'm just picking off the leafy bit and
Right.
the very end stem bit not using.
Okay. that rice is bubbling away really nicely.
Yes.
Our chapatis are on the go.
I'm very
All we need now is
impressed.
for someone to make us a cup of tea, really, don't we?
It's a nice.
Cucumbers work well with Asian food, don't they? That's the
I
thing.
think so. They're a great texture and nice and cooling on a hot day.
Yes.
So very simple. I'm just going to grate the carrot. I've washed it. It's a nice young carrot. Just simple dressing. All I'm going to do is squeeze a lime. Rather than using a vinegar,
Yes.
we're using a lime and a little bit of rapeseed oil.
Okay.
2 dessert spoons of rapeseed oil. A pinch of salt.
Okay, I think we're done with the chapatis. Turn that down.
They're
Right.
amazing.
So it really is quite simple, isn't it?
Very
but
simple, which
very
you can do in the
effective.
last few minutes when your guests arrive. And if you don't have a carrot, you could grate a courgette.
Yes.